In Tel Aviv, it was raining. Not enough to cool the heat, just enough to hide the footsteps. Zamir, Mossad's shadow director, stood alone at a crosswalk in Herzliya, unaware that he'd just become a target. Somewhere across the city, a man in a stolen uniform snapped photographs and sent them across a dark channel. The message was simple: the handler dies next. Josh Dagan arrived in Israel without a sound. No announcement, no authorization. After the ambush in Marseille, he knew this wasn't just fallout from the Ayatollah mission. It was a full-on manhunt. Iranian Quds force, Hezbollah, and a dozen underground contractors, all chasing the same prey. But now it wasn't just Dagan they were after. It was Zamir, the man who built him, the man who trusted him with missions the Prime Minister wasn't even briefed on. And if Zamir died, every operation Dagan ever ran could be exposed. Mossad, blacksite, Tel Aviv suburbs. Dagan didn't go to headquarters. He went to a blacksite, an old safe house wired with silent alarms. He accessed the surveillance hub buried in the cellar and pulled satellite feeds, security reports, and chatter intercepts. That's when he saw it. A signal, buried inside a Hezbollah transmission. Not in Arabic, but in Hebrew. The message was coded to someone inside Israeli intelligence. Someone was feeding the enemy. Zamir's apartment, midnight. Dagan found Zamir alone, pacing, holding a Beretta he hadn't fired in 10 years. Zamir wasn't surprised to see him. "I thought you were dead," he said. "So did they," Dagan replied. They sat in silence as rain tapped the windows. Dagan laid out what he found: the photos, the bounty, the betrayal. Zamir listened, then looked up, eyes hollow. "I have a list," he said. 3 names, all high clearance. One of them is the leak. Dagan nodded. "I'll find out which one." Meanwhile, Ramla prison, Israel. Inside a military detention block, a prisoner was being escorted through the yard. He didn't look like much, an accountant for Hezbollah's funding wing, captured in Cyprus last year. But he had just received word. Operation Dagan is active. Confirm Phase 2. He smiled, because Phase 2 didn't target Josh Dagan. It targeted someone else. As Dagan exited Zamir's apartment, a car pulled up half a block away. A man inside raised a camera with a telephoto lens and whispered into a burner phone. Confirming visual. Dagan alive. Mossad compromised. Proceed. The phone call was routed through Amman, then Beirut, then Ramla prison. The mole wasn't just inside Israeli intelligence, he was inside Israel itself.